Let's look at today's score. Objectives. Looks like we can do all of them without re-rolling. See here. Scrap headwear. Okay. Legs. Buy an item or sell an item to or from another player. All right. So let's do that first because I can just do that in my camp. I've been farming for enclave plasma items. Okay, what's going on here? It's not here. It's here. Sons of a bitch. Now I can go there. So I have been somewhat productive in that front, popping between public servers and private servers, buying from players, buying from vendors. So this is what I've collected so far. I'm quite proud. Enclave Plasma short night vision scope, which has a plus 30% action point cost, which is like best for the flamer. So like if, you use a flamer in the raid, which I do have a flamer, I need to either get another flamer mod or I need to put a stabilized grip on this one, not a stabilized stock instead of a grip. So it turns into a rifle instead of a pistol. So I have my little chart here that I've made. Enclave. Here's my chart. So red is good for fire or flame, right? So these are all good for flamer, right? So short night vision scope, that's best in slot. For green is for the for just daily carry, shooting around, low VATS cost. If I can get calibrated or prime, either one of these is actually good. It's hard to delineate both for the high capacity, for the non-flamer version. So I just, in my head, I know prime capacitor can also go in there, which is what's on there now. Aligned automatic barrel is the best. And then, let's see, blue is second best for that build. So blue is close to green, yellow is close. You get a line flamer barrel, then these are also good. So I'd rather have the red ones. Same here, I'd rather have stabilized or true, but precise is also good. Either one of these is fine for various reasons. I'd rather have aligned though, because hip fire, or wait, AP cost. But either one of these is fine for the AP cost. That's why you would choose that. And then reflex sight, of course, lower AP cost, so they sort of cancel each other out. And then AP cost is only plus 20%. Here, 100% crit. The idea behind the red is as much AP cost as I can get, the least amount of hip fire, or the greatest amount of hip fire accuracy, and the least amount of recoil that you can get. Because the idea with this weapon is you want to point it at something. You want to point it at something and just fire. So you want the most amount of accuracy, the least amount of recoil. You want it to be as accurate as possible just from hip fire. I don't think I'll do this with it. I might. That might end up being good. You can see it's already pretty stable. So putting the night vision scope on there will just make it a little bit better. Cost is 15. I need it to be like 26 or 27 or 28. Whatever I can get it up to. I forget what the cap is. But yeah, it's oh, the other thing I did, I made my own mod because I was really getting tired of the enclave plasma. So here's my enclave plasma now. That's a combination of a handmade rifle silencer and the enclave plasma tail that plays out. I did that by extracting sounds, trying to figure out which one was which, seeing what worked. So that was interesting. So that looks like That's Quiet Auto Enclave. It just affects the auto. It doesn't affect like single or shotgun or whatever, but you can see it's weird how you have like this, the initial sound is like really quiet, just sort of like a chink, 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 chink. And then you have this sort of understated da-da-da-da-da-da that ricochets around the world. It's interesting, or reverberates around the world. So that was the past day or so. I do need to buy something from him or sell something to him. I will be buying from him. And the way this works is you just have to have a register. You can go buy from any player. You just go on a public server and buy one thing, and that works. Basically list one item. I'm going to basically put in a round of ammo here. And then oh wait, you know what? Did I sell that for... You have to list it for a value, right? You can't just sell it for nothing. Okay, good. You can't list it for 0 because it won't count. So always list it for at least 1 cap, whatever it is you're posting. All right, so now both characters have this, and she could just sort of camp for a little bit. All right, Super Mutant Legs. I like to go to Grafton for that, so I'm going to go by way of 76. For a little bit cheaper travel. I could also probably go by the crater. That's sort of in that neck of the woods. I don't know which one's closer. They're both sort of about the same, right? So I'm going to go to Grafton. This is a good place to farm super mutants. The power of this thing when I'm just using it as a daily carry. Now, it is not silent, so if you stick around and don't move too much, you will get discovered. But stuff dies so quickly. You tend to stay in caution more often than not, especially if you're far away from creatures or from people. Now, it's kind of interesting. I only killed one dude. I only targeted one thing, his head, and yet I crippled his legs. Okay, Mayor, be quiet. I love you, but be... Okay, so the reason that happened is because I have scatter shot. 20% of the damage dealt to a limb, any limb, is applied to all limbs. So that's like my new favorite way of building right now. I mean, it could change. But basically, I can target anything on him, and it'll cripple everything on him. So, 2 of his legs. Boom, boom. That immediately crippled both legs, as well as, it looks like it killed him. But, ooh, let's see how fast they can kill the Grafton monster. That's fun.
The Grafton monster is our town's most...
Remember, his blowholes are the weak spot, so you want to target the weak spot if you can, in vats. That was fast. Good God. And now we just completed another one, which is the 2500 XP for the day. That's nice. Let's see. Let's go kill human enemies. One of my Point Pleasant, because it's easy to get to. I should have gone to 76 first, but eh. All right, I'm going to take a berry mint where these people are. I have that key bound to 6 down here, by the way. So I'm not, unlike many people, I don't open this up to click things because I just know where things are by number on my keyboard. Yeah, 1 shot. Pretty powerful. It's not overbearingly loud now, thank God. There is some noise that I would like to reduce. I can't figure out what sound it's using though, to be able to like change it. It's like a combination of things together. When it fires, there's like the immediate close range sound of the gun itself, which sounds synthesized to me when I listen to the sound file in isolation. It sounds like they just created this sound and then they like copy and pasted it at a very specific, the different hits per minute, because that's sort of how they're named. Like one of them is, 400 hits per minute. Another one's 540 hits per minute. And the game chooses the best matches the fire rate based on what you've done to mod it, It's very clever. But the problem is, that's how I matched up the handmade rifle sound files, because they're the same named the same way. Apparently the handmade rifle can be, the automatic non-silenced and silenced version of the handmade can be set up the exact same way. It looks like I'm skipping frames. It is what it is. Nothing I can do about that. Let's kill one more human enemy.
On the great day of reckoning, the worthy will become one.
I'm just trying to get used to this gun mostly. Like, I would normally be using my silenced gun. Like, now I'm in danger for... It's like, it does work against me to do this. Do it this way. Normally you'd use this gun in like a public event. To quickly DPS down enemies. Let's just go over here and go into stealth. It's interesting how one round is not enough to pull you out of caution and into danger. Ooh, I hear boom-de-booms. Nice. Okay, so there's that. Let's do screws. So one of the places I like to go is the refuge. There are many items that have screws that make up their composition. So I'm going to grab some of those. There's items all over the world, right? This is just an easy, no-brainer place that I come because it's easy. Does this have screws? No, that. But there's a couple fans here. Fans are good ones. I'm going to grab this just in case. That has springs in it. You never have enough springs, right? I don't think these have screws. No. They have gears. Screw hot plates, so that's nice. Anytime you can find hot plates, that's a good thing. Fans and hot plates and I think telephone or typewriters might also have screws. I have mine tinted blue. Anything that contains a spring or a screw is tinted blue for me. That just makes it easier for me to find them. Little toys have screws like that. This one is a light blue, so that's lead. So, like all these have lead, right? Very light blue. And you can see the mods that I'm using in the description in the video. But nice. So I did cloth and screws. Nice. Now I have to scrap headwear. So I'm going to go back to my camp. Whoops. Go back to my camp. All right, so to make headwear, and I've had mixed results with this. I've crafted some headwear and scrapped it and nothing happens. I'm like, well, which one did you want me to make? So you go to headwear, and you should be able to make anything here, right? So I'm going to make this. Then I'm going to go to modify, and then I'm going to find the headwear. Where's the headwear? Why does it not appear? Can I not scrap that one? Maybe I'll try this one. Maybe I didn't scrap it, or maybe I didn't make it. See, now that's just weird. Why doesn't it show up to scrap, right? It should be under apparel. So let's scrap this. There we go. So that worked. So just make them until you can scrap them. I could have also used that to make cloth, right? To scrap cloth. So that's it for him for the day. And I did want to show you really quick what I do when I'm farming for mods for this guy. I've been back and forth between public server and private server because the public servers, of course, are sort of fair game. You just run around and you look at certain vendors. The vendors I'm looking at, which I've read, are the ones that you want to check. Apparently, you can't get mods that are like for the Enclave, like the you can't get anything bots on Parade, but like the dropped connection, you can get a gun, but not an Enclave mod, right? So you can get an Enclave gun, even with like various mods already attached to it. Basically, just been going to this bot. So I look in here for Enclave Plasma. This would be weapon mod Enclave Plasma or Gatling Plasma. So basically the plasmas, right? It can also appear at the very top or the very bottom, I've noticed, because the so that I'm using doesn't always have the strings replaced correctly. So that's this one down here, Berkeley Springs. Then I go up to Sunnytop Station, and I'm normally on a different character on my alt account, and she has a camp right there. So I just go to her camp for free. Saves me 15 pulling up there. Now, I was also farming the world box mod drops in the bog, and it really is just such a low chance that it's probably not. So no EN, right? That would be right in here. Enclave, and then Gatling Plasma would be right here. Or, like, I've seen one way up here, and I'll show you what I mean. If we look at my chest here, you can see under mods, like, a couple of things up here. Come on, come down. I'm not on the right character, am I? No, I'm not. Here, let me go back. Where to him? Jeez Louise. Did I not do that correctly? Okay, I did that correctly. Okay. I just did that on her for some stupid. Okay. Still works. So you notice how these don't have weapon mod in front of them? That's sort of like a little clue that maybe not all the Enclave plasmas have been properly renamed, right? Which is sort of good because it's nice to have them sort of separated. It'd be nice if they were all that way, or if they would be like highlighted with the icon that sort of denotes super valuable kind of a thing. Like put this in front of all the Enclave plasma and Gatling plasma things. Maybe I should like create my own, mod that, does those string replacements. I don't know. Maybe there's one that does that. I should look into it. But this vendor on her, so it's not going to have. I don't think there's anything that would appear for her that, I think it's the same items for everybody, right? It's not going to be different for me. So then I go down here to the survival tent down here. And again, I'm doing this over and over on public server, then private server, then public server, then private server. Because when I do it on the public server, it takes me a few minutes to run around to the different places, and then I also check some player camps. And by that time, the private server has vanished, right? It's been pulled back into the engine of the server architecture, and it's like been spun down and erased or reset. And so now, there's a fan for a screw. And spin up a new server on my alt. Come on, talk to me. I'm hitting R and he's doing nothing. It's really annoying. Okay, so nothing up here. Enclave plasma, no Gatling plasma. Then I run south here to the train station. So while I'm doing this, it's been a couple minutes, I'll swap over log her into a public server, or log the other character into a public server, and then I'll finish doing this on this private server. Then I'll join her on the public server, teleport there for free. And then once I'm there and I've teleported there, then I'll pop back out. And then after a couple minutes, I'll fire up a new private server with her. And then he'll join as soon as he's done on the public server. And that way we get a fresh shot at all the vendors and no one else. Did I just miss something here? Extra flame. Okay. And then the last one, so that's basically, there's two more. There's this one at Sunny Top. There's Berkeley Springs. There's the Watoga Shopping Plaza. Watoga Station. I'll just go right there right now.
Please don't stab other customers while they shop.
Nothing. Okay. Last one is right here, Pleasant Valley. I will just go ahead and do a free travel to the refuge. From there, I should have just gone up there. Oh, I'm not going in. I'm going to here. Yes. Now I'm going to take her back to her camp, and she's going to grab fish out of her fishy thing in the water. He's going to do the same thing. When I'm off stream, I'll convert all this stuff to fish bits. I'll pass him all the fish. He'll convert it all to fish bits, and then legendary items from the giant crab at the fishery. And this is the last place.
This vendor unit is equipped with anti-theft.
So far, it's been very hit or miss with anything usable that I, whether I have it or not already, because you can see I have like a duplicate here. Calibrated capacitor, chainsaw flamer. I don't know how I get that. I think I was just in a hurry and I was like, oh, just throw this stuff in there. I don't actually want to keep those. Plasma gun. Nope, that's wrong. It's not plasma gun. It's enclave plasma. Silly me. So these two are the only ones. Enclave plasma and Gatling plasma. Okay, so now I will grab the fish from the fishery. Now, and swap over to my alt after I check the store real quick. It's funny how I set out to do this and then I end up like getting distracted. A never-ending series of distractions, right? Isn't that how it always is? You like plan to do this and then you're like, ooh, but there's this and then I could do that and then I could do that. And Britty is the one that's been... I'll put her on a public server already. All right. A true receiver was I bought in error. It's possible, thinking, oh, like when I was still learning about the enclave plasma, a few weeks ago, and I was starting to buy mods for it. I probably got that at like the vendor for like 40 caps or whatever, thinking, oh, that might work. Then I learned, oh wait, no, that doesn't work because it has to say enclave plasma on it. Doesn't work. So now I'll go to her, and you'll see that she is here at the Sunny Top station. I'll create a little team they can both be in. See where she is? At Sunny Top. And I can join her group. Travel to her camp. Check the Sunny Top. Someone's already there. Or either that or that's her. Just so I can save a little bit of change here and there. I can probably get most of it back just by, you know, killing a few things along the way, but it doesn't cost anything to put a camp there. Make sure I'm on utility, which is my miscellaneous stuff. And if I get lucky, I can get a vendor that no one's been to or that no one has cared about before and grab a thing. I'll go back down here. Yes, it's 14 caps, unfortunately. Okay, now that she's given him that free travel spot, she can quit, right? And then in about another 90 seconds, she can spin up another private server. Then I'll pop over to that with the main and run around. Check all the vendors. Now, of course, since I'm on the public server now, I'm competing with other players for these vendor items. So that's one reason why I like to pop back over onto a private server.
Acceptable tender here.
That first dibs, or only dibs, really. All right. It's the wrong one. I've got to wait another minute or so. Look how nice and calm and tranquil that shot is. I love that camp. I do need to sell a bunch of other things. Nothing useful. Back down here. Is that the Enclave event? Because I would do that. Anyway, I just wanted to show you, and I'm going to go ahead and stop streaming because this is getting boring. But hope, and if not, then oh well. See ya!